Morning, people. Well, just don't know where to start anymore. I really don't. One good thing, it seems that a few people are waking up to this fake CGI deepfake that I've been telling everybody about. Somebody made a video last night about a channel. There's this guy in America. He's got 100,000 subscribers. And this guy's realised that this piece of shit is deepfake. Because this guy posted a video, apparently, of police officers stacking bricks for protesters. I mean, this video shows two officers in like a black sedan unloading bricks. But it looks like it's in a community block of flats thing. I mean, just think about it, as if the police are going to pull up somewhere where anybody could look out of a window at any second and see them doing this. That's the first thing these people should ask themselves. But anyway, it turns out the whole video is deep fake. It's quite a remarkable video, actually. I'll leave it in the link for you, so you can go and have a look at it. No, I'll leave it in the comment section pinned, and you go and have a look. But also the guy where he got the video from, he's deep fake as well, and he proves that in the video. Because I don't know how he does it. He's obviously a lot more technical than I am, but he's managed to, he's found out. But I found out without any technology months ago about all these deep fake channels, and a lot of people have seriously, first of all, they listen to me and they agree with me, then they go and tell somebody else what I've told them, and then somebody else says, don't believe it, he's mad, or it can't be true, or whatever. I understand some people's minds have been squashed in squids like a piece of blue tack over the last couple of decades, and they're so malleable that they believe anything. Anything. So it's no surprise to me. What I am beginning to realise is that there's not many people around who really know what's going on. And as the days go by, it's becoming more and more clear that it's a very lonely place where I am, which is absolutely fine by me, because I've totally lost faith in people and humanity. What humanity? All I see around me, and I've always seen it all my life, is, I mean, even as a child, this is how perceptive I was. I was 12 years old, or 13 or 14, I was round a girlfriend's house in a rich part of town, and their parents were school teachers. Posh house, 2 cars, lovely house, lovely garden, everything that I didn't have. Yeah, according to my future, this was everything that I have to aspire to. Get a job, become a school teacher, get a nice big house like this, get 2 cars, and all the worldly goods around you. And I sat there in this lounge with my girlfriend at the time and her parents, watching this TV in this posh house. Bear in mind, this is 1972. No, 1977 or something like that. And I wrote a poem. I can't remember the poem, but all I remember was, one of the lines in it was, will I fit my social slot? Probably the worst line in there. But you can see where the poem was coming from. And I wrote it, and I handed it to my girlfriend, and she read it, obviously impressed, and she's handed it to her mum, who wasn't impressed at all, I can assure you. But there you go. If anyone wants to question my cognitive dissonance, you better go, you can go and fuck yourself, honestly. Oh. And also, what I can't wait for, and I'm looking forward to this, is that most people that I've come across who have lots of material things and are doing quite well at life and may have a mortgage or two, or a few cars, they've had some inheritance, they've had a bit of good fortune, and they're doing well for themselves. But instead of being humble about it, they like to show off, and they like to talk about their wealth and what they're going to do and where they're going to go in front of people who have got nothing. Nothing. And probably haven't got much chance of going anywhere. I don't include myself in that. I don't mind having nothing, and I've been all over the world. I've been to Australia 18 times for a start. So, uneducated, no career, nothing. So there you go. But anyway, yeah, these people, they get their fortification from, or so they think, from talking to people like me, who they hope that when they tell me of all their worldly goods and what they're going to do and where they're going to go and the investments that they've made for the future and how they're going to be rich and happy and lazy and just drink wine for the rest of their lives, they're hoping that I'm going to be impressed and I'm going to be jealous of some kind. And there are people out there like that. Millions. And when they walk away, I think, what a cock. Where's your humility? You know, even when I've had money, I've always been aware, when I've been around people with no money, I don't talk about things that I've done with my money. Because I don't want that person to feel inadequate or a sense of, you know, that they've got nothing and no hope. That's the sort of person I am. That's my moral compass. That's how I live my life. I don't like to belittle people just to make myself feel better. I don't need to. I feel fine as it is. But there's so many human beings, well, call them humans, who are so selfish and so obsessed with money and surrounding themselves with worldly goods just to bolster their low self-esteem, which is all it is. And everybody's going to lose everything. All these people who thought they were rich and thought they had a pension and thought they were going to retire, it's all going to get taken off them in this financial reset. Of course these people don't want to believe that. But I can't wait to come across these people. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm going to take the piss. I am. I'm going to do what they've been doing to poor people for decades. Looking down at people who haven't managed to achieve what they've achieved. Through whatever reason, some people might not want to achieve what they want to achieve. They might not want to join the rat race and be a good citizen. You know, I've always lived my own life. I've always tried to work for myself. And I've managed to do that 99% of my life. I've often been criticised, well, why don't you get a proper job, you know, like me, and, you know, save up for a pension and do all this. And I thought to myself, what, you want me to join in this shit show? And join in the likes of you? No, 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 no. And there's a few things about my life that I can't tell you just yet, because there's some pricks, cunts, wankers, who have been targeting my channel and myself, hoping to sort of like discredit me or whatever. I mean, how pathetic. That just proves to me that obviously I've got some influence in the world. I must have. Otherwise you wouldn't try and silence me, would you? And as for YouTube censoring people and taking videos down and accusing people of spreading fake news, this is the biggest bullshit, fake news, anti-social media site that there is. The whole thing is fake. Most of these channels that are getting people to follow Q are fake. London Real is not even real. He said it himself. He said London Real is not real. I'm not even real. And I pointed out to people that Brian Rose's videos, when he's walking around London, in Hampstead, so he says, now Hampstead's turned into the flattest plane on the earth all of a sudden. And I pointed out to people the deep fake anomalies in his videos. Now, some people it's hard to grasp because they just cannot handle it. They just cannot believe that 1.7 million people believe that David Rose is real. As in the videos that he makes, they're clearly deep fake. I've given enough evidence. I'm not even going to bother going into it. But it's hard to convince somebody that they've been fooled than to fool them. It's as simple as that. Me, myself, if I've been fooled, I would love someone to point it out. I would embrace it. I'm not bothered. My ego's not that big that I cannot be corrected or shown a different way or something. I'm open to anything. But these people who are just blindly watching, they television, tell lies in vision. Says it there and then. You know, and they've been trying to indoctrinate us all these years. 30 years ago it was illegal to be homosexual. You were slaughtered, you were put in prison. You know, you were lambasted. 30 years later, they're telling us that if you say anything about one of these people, you go to prison. And they just keep doing the same thing. They keep, one day you can do this, the next day you can't. One day you can do it, and one day you can't. Let's talk about it in days, not decades, because what's the difference? And it just confuses the masses, and they've dumbed everybody down. Everybody. Education system, my ass. Programming system. Sciences, universities. What a load of shit. I've been telling people for 20 years not to have children. And I've told them why. And if they ask me why, I say, look at that traffic jam there. All them people there are terrified that they're going to be late for work because they're in for £250,000 in debt because they got told it was a good idea. So what, they got a big house, they got 2 kids who are at nursery, they got 2 cars, holidays, got to keep up the Joneses. And every day they've got a psychological battle that they can't even afford to be ill or have a week off or a month off. You know, they're at the behest of the bosses. They've got to sing and dance to all these tunes. They've got to celebrate love on a certain day, celebrate your father on a certain day, celebrate your mother on a certain day, eat chocolate on a certain day. And all these people just lap it up. And then when you come across someone like me who says, fuck all that, it's a load of shit, nobody wants to know. Because they're so comfortable wrapped in a little bullshit bubble that they've been given. And people think, oh, I decided to be a plumber. No, you didn't. Society decided that they need plumbers. And you thought you'd be a plumber. Oh, I wanted to be a footballer. I've always wanted to be a footballer. Well, maybe that's the only choice that you've got because society has provided you with the future of being a footballer. But really? Well, like I said, there's a lot more to come. And I'm going to say what I like. And part 4's coming up of my bullshit, not even a rest. So I'm going to leave it there and I'll have a rubber rant later. Peace out. I love you all. Say a prayer for this bullshit world.